Yeah, mine's technically been uploading and downloading at the same time, so I've left the dashboard open so I can keep an eye on it. My internet seems to be handling it fine, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, as far as voice goes on our end, like I'll get some minor distortions here and there, like it stretches it out, which sounds real odd, but it's still understandable, so it's like not really an issue.
Yeah, I think that's just issues with the server, to be honest. Like it's as it slowly disconnects one person or something.
Yeah.
So you keep
Sometimes,
going
though,
robot right now.
sometimes it's just me talking, because I do that sometimes. I just go, all right, there we go. See, I prolong the vowels.
Honestly, Vince, if I didn't know you were Swedish, I wouldn't have thought a second about it. You do have the American accent down, like no doubt.
Thank you.
I'm glad it's not just me, and I kind of, I'm always afraid to say this, but I always feel so bad that I've never learned another language when I sort of meet people like Vince who are sort of like, oh yeah, I'm from Sweden, but I speak perfect English.
Yeah.
I'm sort of thinking, Jesus Christ, I failed grade 8 French.
I hear ya.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm shit at maths and shit at geography. I have languages and the arts. Like, I'm not good at everything.
You're the complete opposite of me. I'm great with all the science and maths shit, but like put me in front of a literature paper or give me a pencil and I'll just go to shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, it swings and roundabouts.
Yeah.
But it is interesting to, I mean, Wreni doesn't know this, maybe, but I'm studying to become a teacher, and right now we are studying English for teachers, and our lectures are, well, they're not hosted, but our teachers are Swedes, and when they ask a question during a lecture and I raise my hand and answer, they get nervous because
Really?
my English is better than theirs.
Yeah, we were discussing it the other day, weren't we?
Yeah, your
Yeah.
English is really good.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'd almost
I
forgotten
try.
that. Vince, you just remind me. One thing which never helped with me learning French is my grade 7 French teacher was fucking Scottish.
Oh,
I kid you not.
Yeah,
Imagine a
fun.
trying to learn French when your teacher has a Scottish accent.
I don't see how that would work.
It
No.
didn't. It really fucking didn't.
My GCSE French teacher was actually French, but it didn't help that I didn't want to learn French. I really wanted to learn like German or Russian or something like that, but they wouldn't teach it at our school, so I was stuck with either French, or I think they did Spanish at A-level, but not at GCSEs. It seemed really pointless.
Necesitas aprender más español, Lime.
There we go.
It's all Dutch to me.
I still remember. They say.
I dropped languages as soon as possible.
Oh, when it comes to picking our GCSEs, it was either you did arts, music, or drama, or French. So I looked at that and went, well, I ain't really got much of a fucking choice there, do I?
I would have done drama.
I didn't want to because our drama teachers were shite. And
That just makes it easier.
No, they really hated me because I made it very well known that I was like, look, you can't act yourself, so why are you teaching us how to act? So they all hated me for that through, because we had to do it before we got to picking our GCSEs, so... And then music and whatnot I was tempted to do, but up until that point I couldn't really play any musical instruments, as I was kind of like going in with no hands. I took French, got a C in it, I'm happy with that. Don't remember any of it, but...
Yeah, I was like, immediately forgotten it all.
Yeah.
Well, a C is a passing grade, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly.
C's get degrees.
Yeah.
And then I went and fucked up my A-levels, so...
Okay, are we good to start again?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm ready to go.
Yep.
Okay, I'll restart stream. There we go.
Right, and as we start, I'm just gonna have a bite of this lovely Tim Tam that Xenon sent me. Today actually.
Yeah, he actually was
Son of a
discussing that with me and
bitch.
Callum. He's like, I'll send him a Tim Tams, but I don't know if I should send him something else with it.
Yeah, he sent me Vegemite and the laptop obviously, and some sort of chocolate energy powder drink
Milo?
that I can. Yeah.
Oh, Christ.
Never tried it. I don't know what it is, but
It's basically
I
like
will.
Ovaltine.
Right? I have no idea what that is. So, sure.
My
Yeah.
last pack of Tim Tams ran out last August, and I have not been able to find any more in the UK.
Oh. Well, I mean, these were really cheap. They cost 270 Australian dollars.
Okay, what
So,
you've got to do,
I'm
if
happy.
Xenon hasn't instructed you yet, this is what you've got to do. You have your Tim Tam. You have
Yeah.
like a hot tea or a hot coffee.
Mm,
You bite a little hole in opposite corners,
right.
and then you suck the coffee or tea up like a straw through the Tim Tam, and the insides melt and become all really nice and awesomely gooey. That's called a Tim Tam Slam, and it is an awesome tradition.
Yeah.
And
It's
then when
actually. Xenon actually sent me a letter and telling me about the Tim Tam Slam, but I don't drink
Excellent!
coffee or tea. So I'm going to have to take them with me as I go to like 7-Eleven or something.
That's how important it is to Australians, where we will tell you about that shit.
Did he give you instructions on how to eat the Vegemite?
Yeah, he did.
Big law.
What did he say?
Spread sparingly on toast.
Oh,
No.
I was saying to him, he should tell you just to dip your hand in and eat it all at once,
Oh.
just to see what would happen.
That would be me.
Well, he did. You can eat it on your own if you want to have a really bad time.
Yeah. You see, I
Better.
was hoping he'd just try and wind you up and say, yeah, just dip your hand in there, eat it all at once, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah. No, that would never happen. I'm careful with food. Like that,
As you should be.
Absolutely.
And Vegemite is no laughing matter.
No, I mean, I still haven't even opened the can or the little jar.
My
So-
dad thought it was hilarious when I was 14 and told me to just eat a big spoonful.
Could have been worse. It could have been Bovril.
Oh, good
I
God.
don't know what that is.
Imagine Marmite or Vegemite, but beef
No.
based.
Why?
Oh,
Exactly.
that
Why
sounds-
would you do
yeah.
that?
That sounds delicious.
You're, uh,
Huh.
Okay.
no.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
Back to-
Yeah, back to D&D, the whole reason we're here.
okay. It's the next morning. Sylph, could you make a constitution check for me?
Absolutely. Let me...
Oh, actually, just in case this comes up, Gomi wouldn't drink to the point where she passes out.
No, that's fine. I understood that.
Okay, good.
Sylph, considering he's been in the village and this is his chance to prove to them that he's, worth their time and their care, of course he would.
And they're out. Oh, God. Well,
So-
that's a critical fail.
Sylph, you're not sure whether it was all the drink or some of the poisonous smoke you inhaled or a combination of both. But worst possible hangover. When you wake up, you swear you can hear the termites in the ceiling above you, and they are too loud for your throbbing headache.
Oh, with my elf ears.
You literally feel like death. Not even warmed over, served cold.
I need some of those crackberries.
You okay, Sel? Is everybody still asleep?
Is this still in our little?
This is in sort of the little cabin where you all sort of reconvened and eventually sort of fell asleep.
Well, Gomi wouldn't actually be inside right now then, because Gomi wouldn't sleep inside given the chance.
Okay. There's
She'll
sort of
just be out.
There's
I was
like a
gonna-
small balcony slash portal
like decking.
set up a bedroll. Yeah, like decking.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. If she'd just go outside and sleep on the decking or something like that.
Yep.
Have a look at her deck.
Wasn't going to go there.
It only just popped into my head, actually.
So yeah, you sort of wake up and you wake up throughout the morning, depending on who you are. Gomi, well, actually, I'm guessing pretty much Gomi, Ella, and Silence will wake up fairly early. But for Sylph, it's probably sort of slightly closer to midday before he emerges.
So, while Sylph is curing his hangover, is Ella? Are you going to the apothecary?
Yes. Yeah, that was my plan for the day.
Yeah, because I want to go there too.
Okay.
Okay, you two sort of head off to the apothecary, which, Silence, you sort of know the rough house it is,
Yeah.
and sort of, yeah, you head there, and sort of, it's got herbs drying outside, there's a small herb garden out front, and sort of, you know, it looks like quite a quaint cottage, but, yeah.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Because I'm looking for something to either bandages or something that can heal me quick and easy.
Yep, okay.
Potion?
And I just want that pale green gunk appraised.
Oh yeah.
So I guess we'd walk in
Okay.
and talk to the shopkeeper.
Yep, you walk in and sort of... It's less a shop, more like a semi-converted house. So it's a bit of a half and half, but there's an old lady there, sort of busting over an open fire, sort of stirring a pot, mixing some stuff. And as the sort of bell above her door jingles as she walks in, she sort of says, "Ah, hello. How can I help you today?"
Ella will walk up and ask, are you decent with potions and herbal stuff? Because I've got this stuff in a pot, and I'd really like to know what it is.
I am an apothecary, yes, and I think I'm generally the most experienced member in this village, yes, so I can definitely take a look at it for you.
Awesome. Here. And I'll just hand her the pot.
I was really hoping you'd say throw it to her.
Okay.
I just realised
she,
I had the stream muted all this time. Nobody heard anything we said.
Whoops.
Aw.
Yep.
Oh well. Next time, Zenon.
So I hand the apothecary the green gunk.
Yep. She sort of takes it very carefully, sort of pops the lid on it, looks at it very sort of dubiously, reaches out, sort of goes to grab one of her nicer spoons, rethinks it, grabs one of her worse off ones, and sort of dips in and brings out a small amount, and mixes it with some water, and sort of spends the next sort of 5 minutes just adding different powders or stuff like that. And then at the end, she also says, yes, it's poison.
What kind of poison?
Quite a basic one that's bad for your health. You could...
Okay. Can I dip arrows in it?
You can. You could dip an arrow or a weapon. And I suppose it would add extra damage towards that creature. But it would have to be done very shortly after applying. This stuff looks as if it would dry out very quickly.
Okay.
Out of character, that means you can use the poison to coat one weapon or up to 3 pieces of ammunition. Applying the poison takes an action. Creatures hit by the poison need to make a Constitution saving throw or take 1d4 poison damage. And once applied, the poison retains potency for 1 minute before drying.
Okay. Cool. Thank you very much.
That's okay, dear. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Well, yeah.
All right, so I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for. Basically, I want something that maybe can give me like 1 extra, or give me a hit point back. Basically, is there anything like that? I'm looking at the healer's kit, and I see that the bandages only stabilize creatures. That has
The healer's kit's sort of like for hit point regain like that. That's more sort of like literally 1 hit point. That's more sort of natural healing process. The closest they would have to anything like that would be the healing potion.
Now then, how much is a healing potion?
The ingredients are quite rare out here, and there's not so much of a demand for them. So, 60 gold pieces.
Really?
I'm gonna need to do an intimidation roll on that, I think.
You want to intimidate the old lady? Okay. Go
Yeah,
for it.
I'm gonna face
I have no scruples.
Excellent.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't work.
She sort of, you see her sort of set her jaw and sort of look at you angrily and go, 70 gold pieces.
Right.
Excellent.
Well, I don't have that kind of money. So I guess I'm off then. Thanks for nothing.
And I walk out of there, I think. Yeah.
I'll exit with him, and I really need to get some haggling skills from you. That was well done. Well done.
Well, I'm a veteran of war. She should treat me with respect, but she didn't. And well, there you go.
Right.
Right.
And I suppose back to the cabin is where we would head off to.
Yep, so you guys reconvene back at the cabin just as sort of Sylph is getting back up and sort of rejoining the living.
Oh, God. Guys, what are they putting in the ale here? I shouldn't... You don't know. I know what they put in there. I know better. Oh.
I'm gonna go hop on his bed, which I hope is really springy and loud, and lean down to his ear and ask, "Are you not feeling very well?"
Don't you have a spell for this?
It doesn't work on you.
Don't be racist. Get off of me. Then I, pull myself up and make my way outside to both make water and get water.
Okay. You sort of do your morning ritual.
Yes.
And sort of faced with the not so new day anymore. You guys can sort of take the chance offered now to do any sort of additional shopping or research or anything like that around the town before you head up to the fort again.
Okay.
Did we just out of character? But did we divide all the silver? Is that what we're doing with that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm about to go shopping. So. Well, actually, no. I don't know who got the reward from
I've got the total amount we found written down, but we haven't actually split it up between us yet or anything.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we do that before we go shopping?
As far as I'm aware, nothing's really been split. However, you all openly saw Sylph was the one who received the pouch containing the reward money.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Alright, so, okay, he gave me 50 gold. There's 4 of us.
And you gave me your share.
Did I?
God damn it, whatever. Just split it 4 ways.
Okay. So 4 ways, that means, let's see.
12.50.
So you get 10 gold.
12. 12.50.
12.50.
Yeah, how does that divide up if it's 12 and a half silver pieces?
You probably sort of. I imagine you're debating this over in the Swift Runner in the actual tavern now over breakfast.
Glorious breakfast.
And sort of, you can easily sort of go up to Mira and sort of, she will happily trade 2 gold coins for a couple of silver pieces, so you can split it up more accurately.
Are we not using Electrum then? Is it just half of gold is a silver?
Yeah, just half gold is a silver.
Okay. I better make a note of that somewhere. Because otherwise I'll fucking forget.
Electrum is around, but it's a lot rarer, and technically, what they call gold pieces aren't even technically gold.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So 1 gold is 10 silver or 100 or
1 gold is 2 silver.
2?
Yeah.
Nothing. All right.
Okay.
Hey, it does mean we picked up quite a few gold off the kobolds though. 23 silver.
Yeah, so 73.
Yeah, that's true.
So
So we could just add it all together and divide it like that.
Yeah.
you said 72?
73.
1 gold pieces is 1 gold piece equals 10 silver pieces.
10.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Page 143 of the Player's Handbook.
Take it.
Did we find gold on the kobolds?
I thought the guy gave
You
us...
found silver.
Silver, okay.
okay.
You found silver on the kobolds, and the guy paid you 50 gold pieces.
Oh. That's what I thought. Okay.
Oops.
So we've got 50 gold pieces in addition to how many silver from the kobolds?
23.
23.
Basically, we get 12 golds and 5 silvers from the bounty, and 23 divided by 4, whatever that is.
That's 12.5. We're great at math.
Wait, what? Well, the bounty is 12 gold and 5 silver ahead, right? Yeah.
Stand by.
Yeah, that's what I got.
My God, I thought I was done with maths. Ugh. Last semester. Ugh.
Math will always
I
come
would
back
say
to haunt
you,
Yeah.
by the end of it, you each earn the equivalent of 13 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces, just to speed things up.
Okay.
That's more than doubled what I did have.
Is that 5 silver pieces?
Yep.
Yeah.
On your way to getting that diamond, then.
It'll be a while.
How much are they?
I need
Like,
one-
how much worth?
I need 50 gold piece worth.
Okay. So no one wants to do any shopping?
For me, for Sylph, I will go ahead and refill my arrows. I got down to 14, assuming I got some back, but I'll just, assume I spend a couple silver on that.
You can easily buy another quiver of arrows.
Okay.
Let me just double check how it costs. That's only going to cost you 1 gold piece for another 20 arrows.
Okay, then I'll go up to 34 arrows and spend 1 gold piece.
Yeah. As a hunting village, quite a lot of people here are sort of Fletchers or otherwise know how to make arrows, and so you can easily sort of acquire some more to refill your quiver.
Yeah. So I think I'll stick with 1 more quiver, and that'll really do Sylph. Sylph don't need much. He likes partying with the villagers, apparently. So yeah, I'm good.
I'm just having a quick look at equipment. I don't think there's anything I'd really need, to be honest.
No. It has his fists and his feet, and that's all he needs.
I wouldn't mind selling some of those pots of oil.
Yep, you can try and sell them to the general trader.
Cool. I would like to sell 2 of these, 2 of the pots.
Okay, make a persuasion check.
You want me to come over and intimidate them?
Right, look, she's done all right on her own.
I think I'm alright. Thanks, though.
Sounds like me and the
Okay, they will offer you 8 copper pieces per pot.
I'll take it.
You're sort of aware that's actually quite a good deal because they normally sell them at 1 silver piece. So they're barely making a profit on the resale on that one.
Alright. So I get 16 coppers.
You get 16 copper pieces.
Awesome.
What kind of potions can you make with a herbalist kit?
I'm 1 second.
That's a good point, Lime. I've got my own herbalism kit.
Yeah, I was just thinking, because I tried looking it up the other day and sort of gave up after a while because there was a lot of confusion about healing potions, because technically they're magical, but it also says you can't make magical potions with it.
Yeah, I read the same stuff actually, and I completely forgot about that. Yeah, no, you're
Yeah,
absolutely...
that's I think it may be an and situation where you need the herbalism kit and the ability to create a potion of healing. 1 second.
Well, when I looked up, like such, I did a quick bit Google foo, and apparently a lot of people are saying it's pointless to do because the actual stuff that you need to make a proper healing potion, according to, I think it was the Dungeons Master's Guide, actually comes to like 100 gold on its own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I read the same. It's not worth it as far as cost.
Yeah. But I was just wondering what other things you could make, in theory. I'm guessing it's just like poisons and things like that, really. Or maybe cure disease or something like that.
Yeah. It helps with curing poison, identifying herbs, creating non-magical sort of teas, brews, tinctures. And so, yeah, it's... I'm just reading about it now. Sorry, give me a second.
It's your pack of Earl Grey.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always preferred Lady Grey, though, to be honest.
As much as it's going to pay me to save Callum if I found out, but I actually really like Yorkshire tea.
I don't think... No, I haven't had Yorkshire tea. I've had, I've had a ton of different teas, though. I don't know. But no.
Well, from what I've heard, unless you get it specifically imported, the actual selection of teas available in the US isn't that wide. I guess it's because it's not quite as popular, really.
It's not. All we've got are the bag teas, and
well, no,
they're pretty standard.
We've got the specialty tea shops with a lot of... It's mostly Asian stuff, though.
I wouldn't...
Yeah.
It's like jasmine and mint.
So...
That's it.
What I'm going to say is you could create a potion of healing using a herbalism kit, but it would require some time to actually create.
That makes sense. I was just thinking, because I ain't got anything to do in my downtime, so if there's any decent potions I could mix in the meantime for cheap that might come in handy, then I'd just spend my time doing that. But obviously healing potions are probably a bit out of our league right now.
They are. Well, they are and they aren't.
Well, I was just thinking, like, things I could easily pick up myself, maybe pick up a few extra bits from
You
like
could
a herbalist.
sort of like antidotes, like some general poison antidotes or something similar.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be sort of like antitoxin in the player's handbook. And sort of, yeah, you could make sort of more generic other things as well. But a potion of healing, I would say, yeah, you would need several days, sort of consecutive, and several relevant skill checks to actually create it.
Oh, even antitoxin is probably a bit much now, so I guess Gomi would just spend most of the day meditating.
Yep, well, after selling all your pots and other things, you sort of reconvene, and remembering what Beric told you the day before, you start to think as the midday sun is sort of rising high that it might be time to head towards the fort.
Well, with that, Sylph still feeling really bad. Okay, guys, you want to go? You want to see Barrick? Yeah, that guy. He's great. Let's go see him at the fort. He's got some work. If you guys want to, work together a little more.
have we just reconvened at the tavern then, as we're about to head out?
I'm guessing so. You either met at the tavern or sort of in the cabin.
Okay, because I was going to say, if it's in the tavern, Gomi would finish off her drink, slam it down on the table as loud as she can, go, let's go!
Yay!
With enthusiasm and a loud slam which causes Beric's head to throb which causes Sylph's head to throb ever so slightly, you head off to see Beric.
Woo!
You sort of get up to the gate and sort of announce yourself to the guards who sort of nod and let you in, and sort of finding your way through again. You find yourself back in the same dining hall as before. Lord Beric himself isn't there. However, the elf from yesterday is. And he sort of walks towards you and sort of bows and says, "Greetings. I'm sorry Lord Beric cannot be here. However, he has given me permission in his stead to offer you some employment and hopefully aid us in finding these kobolds."
Excellent.
Yes, but what's your name?
My name is Nimtolian.
Jesus.
Can we
That's going to be a pig to note out.
Niptolian? Was it?
Nimtolian.
Oh, I was pretty close.
That's how I spelled it.
So, what's your job title here?
I am a wizard and former adventuring companion of Lord Beric.
Oh.
Hey, how's it going?
Like your eyelids.
She was.
No, I just stand with hands on hips, looking really confident.
He sort of smiles at you and says, "It is always nice to meet a fellow practitioner of the arts."
So suave.
But yeah, he sort of waves you over to the table where you guys were yesterday. And basically says, "We have had no luck tracking the kobolds, even though we found where their tunnel exits. It appears they were tunneling for several days at least to try and break into the mine. But their tracks disappear off into the forest, and sadly they were really good at covering their tracks. We have lost them. However, there are only so few places they can be in the surrounding area, and so Lord Beric and several scouts have gone out to scout some of the areas, and he requested you guys scout one of the other potential areas."
I think that's right up my alley. I love forests. Spend most of my time in them.
Justice.
Sounds like home to me.
Right?
He sort of smiles and nods and says, "Indeed."
Check this guy out.
Damn high elves.
Is he high elf? I missed that.
He is a high elf.
It's okay. They think my barbaric anyway.
He sort of says, "Of course, this kobold situation is only the most recent of several problems which have been plaguing the town, but the theft of the blasting powder has indeed made it the most serious. Bandits have always been a problem, and lizard men raiders are new, but normally they do not attack larger convoys, but blasting powder is trouble. That much I am certain of. Anyway, yes, so getting distracted. Come over here." And he sort of leads you to one end of the table where a huge map of the surrounding area is, sort of with white hearth in the middle, and you can sort of see essentially pins on it, sort of marking significant points. So you can sort of see the Black Steel Mining Company, sort of the main roads, several other smaller villages around, and sort of just general notes and references. He points to one area on the map and sort of says, "This is where we want you to investigate. It is a former abbey that was destroyed by a dragon attack many years ago.
I
However, recently several hunters have reported animals acting strangely in the area, and the scout we sent out to investigate it previously has not returned. We are hoping 4 of you may succeed where 1 failed."
Let's do it. Don't all jump on at once.
Gomi just nods.
Alright, cool.
Sylph, just still hating the world, just looks down at Ella and says, "Okay, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's go back to the woods. I'll feel better there. It's like a nature walk. Let's go."